Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are diving into something absolutely mind-bending. We're going to look at the incredible connection between ancient Vedic text, cutting-edge modern science, and, of all things, childhood. Seriously, we're exploring how a concept that is literally thousands of years old, from chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, can actually help kids comfortably connect with the divine, and we're going to do it by looking through the lens of some of the most advanced scientific theories we have today. It's going to be a wild ride, so let's get into it.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First up, the cosmic form revealed. Then, ancient wisdom, modern science. Number 3, the universe in a mouth. 4, the magic of Yogamaya. And finally, everyday lessons for kids.
All right, starting with section 1, the cosmic form revealed, witnessing the infinite.
You know, it's fascinating. When humanity finally unlocked the absolutely terrifying, raw building blocks of the universe, science actually had to reach back thousands of years just to find the words to describe it. You've probably heard this before. The famous physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer quoted the Bhagavad Gita, saying, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." He used that exact ancient quote to describe the sheer, overwhelming awe of atomic power. And honestly, it perfectly captures the mind-bending cosmic scale we're about to explore here. So in the Gita, the great warrior Arjuna is granted this special divine vision so he can see Krishna's true cosmic form. And what he sees is, well, it's the Vishwarupa. It contains hundreds of faces, countless planets, literally the entirety of creation, all happening at exactly the same time. Now, was it magnificent? Absolutely. But think about it. It was also utterly, completely terrifying for a human mind to witness. I mean, imagine seeing all of time and space collapsing into a single point right in front of you. It's just too much to process.
Moving right along to section 2, ancient wisdom, modern science, bridging the gap.
Now, I know cosmology and multiverses can sound super intimidating, but here's the crazy part. Modern science is really just now catching up to what these ancient texts described ages ago. Like back in 1957, the physicist Hugh Everett proposed the idea that multiple realities exist simultaneously. Sound familiar? It's almost identical to the Vedic texts, which explain that countless universes are just constantly flowing out from a single divine source. And the parallels don't stop there. Take the ancient Hindu concept of Maya, the cosmic illusion. It behaves incredibly similarly to quantum mechanics. Seriously, think about quantum wave function collapse, where reality only takes on a specific fixed state when someone is actually observing it. That ancient idea that the physical world is an illusion or kind of projection, it maps perfectly onto what quantum physicists are studying right now. It is wild. And the ancient scriptures were exploring all sorts of things thousands of years ago. The fluidity of time, the interconnected cosmic web, even concepts that sound a whole lot like modern simulation theory. Take string theory, for example, which suggests everything in the universe is connected by these invisible, vibrating strings. Well, the Gita tells us the universe is strung together like pearls on a thread. Literally the same concept, just a different vocabulary. Okay, let's zoom in a bit for section 3, the universe in a mouth, from macro to micro. Let's leave the heavy cosmic battlefield for a second and just step into a simple, dusty courtyard. Picture this, Krishna as a playful toddler, just hanging out, goofing around with his friends and his older brother Balarama. No massive cosmic wars here, just the totally ordinary, chaotic joy of childhood. But, of course, toddlers will be toddlers. His friends run over to lodge a complaint with Mother Yashoda, sparking a question that literally every parent in history has asked at some point. Wait, did this kid just eat a handful of dirt? It is the most grounded, relatable parental dilemma you can possibly imagine. So Mother Yashoda marches over, scolds him, and demands he open his mouth wide to prove he hasn't been eating the earth. Krishna, of course, denies the whole dirt-eating thing and innocently tells his mom to just look inside his mouth and check for herself. This sets up an absolutely incredible twist. Because, she's just expecting to see a clump of mud on his tongue. But instead of mud, she looks in and is completely terrified to see the exact same universal form that Arjuna saw on the battlefield. I'm talking the entire cosmic manifestation just resting right there inside her baby's mouth. She sees the planets, the galaxies, the infinite stretch of time, and all the swirling forces of karma, all of it, inside her little boy. Which leads us to section 4, the magic of Yogamaya, the divine illusion. How is a human mother supposed to process that?
Seriously, how does she process the infinite universe without completely losing her mind? I mean, remember, Arjuna was this legendary, hardened warrior, and seeing the Vishwarupa nearly broke him. Yashoda is just trying to parent her kid. Well, this is where the amazing concept of Yogamaya comes in. Yogamaya is this specific, divine, internal spiritual energy, a kind of divine magic, if you will. It bridges that epic cosmic scale with the beautiful, grounded reality of everyday human connection. Instead of keeping us trapped in this paralyzing fear of the infinite, Yogamaya intentionally hides that overwhelming majesty, allowing us to experience intimate, pure human love with the divine.
As the texts tell us, the magic of Yogamaya instantly erased Yashoda's cosmic terror. The illusion made her immediately forget that she had just seen the entire universe in his mouth, allowing her to safely just scoop her son up onto her lap, returning right back to her joyful, loving role as a mother. See, the divine didn't want her trembling in fearful worship. It just wanted her motherly love. So Yogamaya literally swept the multiverse out of her memory. And this is such a beautiful takeaway. Yogamaya allows us to exist in this vast, complex multiverse while still deeply enjoying simple, everyday human love. Parental care, childhood play, all of it. For kids, this teaches them that even though we're part of this massive, awe-inspiring universe, it's this exact divine magic that lets us comfortably experience our daily lives. Kids don't need to carry the existential weight of quantum physics or cosmic timelines on their shoulders. Yogamaya ensures they can just be kids, experiencing the divine through play, friendships, and the simple love of their parents.
All right, bringing it all home in Section 5, Everyday Lessons for Kids, Practical Applications.
So how do we actually take these super deep philosophical concepts, from string theory all the way to the magic of Yogamaya, and turn them into actionable lessons for children today? Well, one great idea is creating a karma garden. You give a child a small pot with some seeds, and you water that plant every single time they do a good deed. By doing this, kids can tangibly, visually see how planting good seeds, like acts of kindness or honesty, causes beautiful things to literally grow in their own lives. It takes this invisible cosmic law of action and reaction and just sets it right there on their windowsill. Another great tool is playing the What Would Krishna Say game. This is a simple conversational tool that really helps kids pause during dilemmas. Say they get into a fight with a friend. They can stop and apply ancient wisdom to their modern problems. It empowers them to be brave, manage their emotions, and realize that the exact same wisdom used to guide a hero on an ancient battlefield can absolutely help them navigate a tough day at recess. Then there's the equality walk. You just take a walk in nature, observe the plants, the bugs, the animals, and you remind the kids that the universe is connected, like that necklace of pearls we talked about earlier. Have them say one kind thought about each living thing they see. It takes massive, complex ideas like string theory and Indra's net and boils them down into a beautiful, easy exercise of showing respect to all living beings. When kids realize we are all strung on the same cosmic thread, treating everyone and everything with kindness just becomes second nature. Ultimately, the goal is to teach them that the soul inside every single child is incredibly strong, entirely safe from harm, and fully capable of facing whatever battles life throws at them. The Gita reminds us over and over that the true self cannot be cut by weapons or burned by fire. When you instill that kind of knowledge in a child, you give them this unshakable, almost superhero level of inner confidence. And that brings us to the end of our explainer today. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought about your own limitless possibilities. We've traveled all the way from the terrifying awe of atomic power down to a toddler playing in the dirt, and it's all tied together by the loving magic of Yogamaya. So think about it. If the entire cosmos can fit inside the mouth of a child, what kind of infinite, divine potential is hiding inside of you right now? Keep learning, keep exploring, and please never forget the incredible universe within.